What does it look like to be truly known? Not for who you were in the past or who you're trying to become, but for exactly the person you are right now. In a culture that sometimes hyper focuses on romantic partnerships or professional networks, the quiet, unsung value of lifelong friendships is sometimes lost. In this video, I'm going to talk about how my ecosystem of friends, some old, some new, has allowed me to just truly be who I am, the Teresa I am at this point. And by doing so, it has allowed me to thrive in my life. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy. So I'm going to talk about my landscape of friends. I sometimes refer to them as my village, my tribe, the circle, but it's really a broader ecosystem when I look at it because I've got friends that I've known for a very long time, 30, 40 years. They're sort of the history keepers. These are the friends that have known me since either middle school or high school. We went to clubs, we might have done road trips. They're the ones that have seen me evolve from, who I was as a young girl to now who I am as a mature woman. And following the history keepers, I found I've got a set of friends that are more like the career builders. These are the people that I met either during my college years or during my working career. So we may have worked together as coworkers, as team members, as team leads, things like that. But a lot of them I've known for 10, 20 years also. So they know me, but they know me from a different angle. And then finally, I want to talk about one of the newest set of friends that I find myself with that I'm actually appreciating a lot. And those are the intergenerational people. They're either in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s. Sometimes I look at them and I think, dang, this could be my granddaughter, this could be my grandson, or my daughter or my son, but they don't look at me that way. At least I don't think they do. They look at me as, Miss Teresa, she's pretty cool, she's kind of like a friend. So I've had to shift the way I view them and that I do have something to offer them. So I'm going to explore some of those relationships during this conversation. So I want to talk about now some of the benefits of this ecosystem that I've built. And one of the very first things that comes to mind is that they truly love me for me. And I want to sit with that for a minute because I wondered after I retired, would people actually like me if I didn't have a title, if I didn't, work volunteer and as a mentor or anything like that, is if I'm only just showing up as your friend, what would that feel like? And what I found is I don't even know if they thought about it that way or if they're just like, yeah, she's T, she's cool, we love her, we love spending time with her. And that is a significant benefit for me. I find with the group of friends that because they love me for me, if we haven't seen each other in a month, 2 months, 6 months, 12 months, when we come together, it's just like we saw each other yesterday. We mesh it automatically, and the conversation picks up, the jokes and the laughter, all of that is amazing. The other thing that I enjoyed is the shared perspective that we have. Because we're coming from different areas of life or different walks of life, different age groups, we're able to talk about how certain things impact us, but also share different ways of looking at people. One of the reasons I wanted to make this video was because last week I went out with a group of friends that I hadn't seen in about a month and a half. We go out regularly, usually to dinner or hanging out at someone's house. But when I joined them, I just felt this overwhelming sense of happiness. And it was so nice because we gave each other hugs. My daughter was with me and they greeted my daughter. They welcomed my daughter. She felt totally comfortable there. And we spent the evening joking, we're cracking jokes on each other. We're laughing and just having a good time. And I just remember thinking, dang, this is really what life should be about. It's not all pleasant times. Everyone's going through something. But these are the people that if I'm sad or if they're sad, if I'm going through something, they're going through something, we know that we can come together and support each other. And that's the beauty of the friendships. I do want to touch on some ways that I've had to change in embracing some of these newer friendships, because once I stopped working, I realized part of my identity was tied to kind of being the expert in the field that I worked in. I'd worked in it for a very long time, so I was used to people coming to me for questions, guidance, whatever. And once I stopped working and I started exploring new things like creative things that I'd wanted to do, like these videos and social media, I realized I really knew absolutely nothing about this. So I'm no longer the expert, and I'm having to ask people for help. And one of the things that would pop in my mind was, what are they going to think of me? Are they going to think less of me because I don't know some of these simple things? And what I found is they were very welcoming. They didn't make fun of me, or if they did, it wasn't in a way where they were laughing at me. If we were talking about something, it was more along the lines of, oh yeah, this is how you do it, or you forgot to put the audio on under that one, or you forgot to do this. But it was in a very loving, encouraging, nurturing way. And that is one of the things that I appreciate, is having the ability to be vulnerable and find a soft place to land when I'm interacting with my friends. I just wanted to take a moment to, as you're watching this or as you're listening to this video, to encourage you to think of some of your friends. Think of the ecosystem that you have, be it the long-term friend that you've known since high school. Maybe this is the person that, as your life has progressed, they've moved to a different state or a different country, and you found yourselves having to talk via Zoom or traveling to visit and spend time with each other. Think of those friends and how much you appreciate those relationships. Also, what comes to mind for me is I have a very dear friend, Tamala, who a few years ago told me that she and her husband were going to be nomads. And my first response was fear, because I thought, oh man, we're not going to be able to be friends anymore. And she reassured me, like, no, we're always going to be friends. We can keep in touch through Zoom. You can come visit us. We'll come visit you. And that has worked out for the last 4 or 5 years. And it's been such a beautiful thing. And it has allowed, I think, both of us to evolve and to realize there's so many creative ways to maintain a friendship if you wanted to. The other friend I kind of want to spotlight is my friend Dee. She and I met doing triathlon. And this is another amazing thing to me, is how God or the universe, or however you want to look at it, has moved different people into my life to be on this life journey with me. Now, Dee and I met because neither one of us could swim, but we had got this fantastic idea that we wanted to be triathletes. So we met in triathlon training, the swim portion for practice, and we were in lane 1. We connected almost immediately, and we would train together. We would go to the lake together and cling to those buoys, and we would do century rides together. And I love her because she never made me feel less than, because I would never think about all the things that we would need for our training sessions. We would always say Dee packed all the groceries, because she would have all the snacks. She would bring her snacks, my snacks, her water, my water, but she always made sure that I was covered. And, I tell her this, and, she knows I love her, but I just wanted to point out that everyone, no matter how strong you are, you need someone like a Dee in your life, because they have your back, and they don't make you feel bad about having your back. So thank you, Dee. So let's talk about, how do we nurture these friendships? How do you nurture your friendship? If you have a special way or a special thing that you do, please take a moment and add a comment and just share it with others, so that if someone needs help with this, they might be able to use your example. One of the things that I've realized is I don't have to pressure myself to touch everyone every day, every month. But what I do try to do is if people come into my mind, if I think about them, I always try to reach out. And that reach out could be by phone, by text, by email, but I usually will try to send something to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. I hope you're okay. And sometimes they'll respond the same day. Sometimes it may take them 2 or 3 days, depending on what they have going on. But the win for me is I've acted on what my spirit tells me to do. So just know, in addition to phone, whatever, there are many ways to reach out to people. And if someone popped into your mind while you're watching this video, after you finish watching it, take a moment to contact them. Keep in mind that life changes, chapters will close, and things will shift. It's all part of life. I sometimes look at myself and think, wow, you've lived more life than you have left. But one thing that I find constant is my ecosystem of friendship. So, since that's very important to me, I take the time to nurture it, to take care, to reach out to people to let them know, hey, I love you. And I hope they feel the same about me. In any case, if there's a special person, or best friend that you have, or even someone who's on the periphery, take a moment to reach out to them and let them know that someone's thinking about them. If you like the video, even if you didn't like it, take a moment to click the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching and have a great day.